Possibly his last Davis Cup match. He is thinking about retiring and helping with the Lawn Tennis Association coaching schemes.
Matches tomorrow, and I understand that there are literally...
But what a wonderful end for Nick Brown, if it is.
Tomorrow, you haven't got one. The first 20 will get them.
Do not forget Jeremy Bates' part in both matches. His singles played in very adverse, for him, conditions, having to win the match. And the man just at the back of the picture, Mark Petchey, who won a blistering match over Thomas Muster yesterday. What a moment, Mark.
Yes, I think, though, Bill, also there are the other people who have been involved in the team too, who've played obviously a great effort. Danny Safsford, who contributed to getting to this stage. There's been Richard Wichello and Andrew Richardson, the left-handers who've served hour after hour so that the British boys could get used to the left-handers, as the Australians, of course, are all left-handers, so they've played their part too. It's been a superb team effort.
And all the support they've had from the non-players, in fact, in the Lawn Tennis Association, who've helped everybody to get to this position.
Well, amid all the scenes of noise, I know Nick Brown needs a drink, otherwise he's not going to have any voice. And Jeremy Bates has sprayed his drink all over his shirt. I suppose it has to be the question. How's it feel?
I mean, it's tremendous, you know. The boys, we've all worked so hard the last 2 weeks, and, you know, Tony's had a great influence on the team. And yesterday was fantastic with Jeremy starting off with a great victory, and with Mark, and today we just finished off. It was fantastic.
You were partly responsible, of course, but yesterday made it hard for you at the start today.
Well, a little bit. It's coming out today is just fantastic. I mean, yesterday I don't think we probably expected to be up 2-0, but I mean, you get so much confidence from that. And today, you know, grass court doubles is probably our strongest event between us, and we had fantastic support. And you know, like Nick said, we've been working, you know, specifically for it, and Tony's never let us get down. And it's one of the best moments of my tennis life, for sure.
So what did he say to you when you lost the first set?
Oh, I mean, we had a few chances, you know, and on grass court tennis, you know, when so much hinges on the serve, we just got behind in the tiebreaker. I mean, it was still a close match, but you know, we just played a bad tiebreaker. I mean, when you're playing over 5 sets, it's such a long way to go, and we knew that. We weren't particularly disappointed, and it was very important the second set, you know, to get up quite early so that we got a bit of a lift, and we did that.
That's a bit of an understatement, actually. I mean, from then onwards, you were always in the driving seat.
Yeah, I think, you know, once we got a break in the second set, we really got rolling, you know, and it's fantastic. I mean, I don't know what it is, Barry, but every time you're around me, we win, so, I mean, you should keep coming.
What's it going to do in a word for British tennis? We now will play a seed next year, so?
Well, it's brilliant. I mean, we've got promoted, and there's been a lot of attention and a lot of media attention for this, and everyone can see that we can play tennis in this country. And you know, there are good events, and if everybody supports it and you know, thinks positively about it, it's going to be a fantastic shot in the arm. You know, there are good things. There's lots of good things.
You going to continue playing?
I don't know. All I want to know is where the champagne is, so we can actually celebrate. Because I think, you know, it's fantastic for British tennis, and it's a tremendous credit to the guys, and we deserve it. You know.
Let's have a good cheer for them, folks.
And the full story of that wonderful doubles victory there, 4:55 on BBC Two. We look forward now as well to the Portuguese Grand Prix at Estoril. Earlier this afternoon, they had the final practice round, reporting Murray Walker.
What a superb final qualifying session in Portugal for tomorrow's Grand Prix. McLaren's Gerhard Berger, in pole position after yesterday's rain-stopped session, was joined on the front row first by Nigel Mansell and then Ayrton Senna, only to be sensationally replaced by the Italian veteran Riccardo Patrese, who'd had to go out in the spare Williams set up for Mansell in the closing minutes after walking in nearly half a lap from his own broken car. So the front row of the grid tomorrow sees Patrese and Berger ahead of the 2 World Championship contestants, Ayrton Senna and Nigel Mansell, which raises the query, will Berger, in compliance with team orders, try to let Senna through and then delay Mansell? Sadly, the Ferraris have again dismally failed to shine, with Alain Prost and Jean Alesi 5th and 6th and much slower. But never mind, with 1991's 4 top Grand Prix drivers ahead of them, tomorrow's opening laps are going to be riveting.
You'll be able to see it live on Grandstand tomorrow afternoon. Plus, I might tell you that Formula 3 British Championship race we were unable to show you earlier this afternoon. And we'll have the final round of the golf. Let's now go to Old Trafford, where the unbeaten First Division leaders, Manchester United, are beating Luton 4-0. Race stubs.
Well, Luton haven't won here this century, and they won't have enjoyed today either. They gave as good as they got for the first 20 minutes, but conspired within a couple of minutes to miss a goal and then give one away. United captain Brian Robson played a part in allowing Luton's Brian Steen the chance he failed to take advantage of. Robson immediately prompted United forward, scrappy Luton defence, allowing Paul Ince to score from 6 yards out. From then on, it's been United all the way. The crucial second goal came just over the hour, and minutes after McClure had replaced Blackmore. A Hughes volley following a corner appeared to be handled on the line by Pembridge. United got a penalty, Pembridge got a yellow card, not a red one, and after much debate, Bruce made it 2-0. McClure has really been the star of the show in the second half, continuing to make a positive impression. He raced through to score the third. McClure again from a yard after Hughes had hit the post. 46,500 here at Old Trafford, highest gate of the season, and really now it's turning into a riot. United 4, Luton 0.
I think he meant a rout there, but United had a 4-point lead over second place Leeds United. Let's see if it's still going to be 4 points. We go now to Elland Road, Leeds against Liverpool, Tony Gubber.
Well, let me tell you first that the Graham Souness style of touchline man management has just earned him a fierce rebuke from the referee George Courtney. But it's on the field that Liverpool really need a Souness character, not shouting from the dugout. A game which began in a cracking atmosphere but has never quite caught fire, with Leeds, let me tell you, winning a bit more comfortably than 1-0 still suggests. And but for a Grobbelaar save from Strachan just a few moments ago, Leeds might have got the second goal that they've threatened. As it was, Steve Hodges' 25th minute strike in a cluttered penalty area after Liverpool had never quite cleared a corner looks like being the only goal. But let me tell you that Liverpool's defence has been stretched today to new lengths of elasticity. The midfield of Hodge, Batty, McAllister and Strachan have meant that Leeds have always looked in control of what is clearly a Liverpool side still in the embryo stage. The 35-year-old veteran John McClelland has successfully bottled Dean Saunders. At times, Ian Rush has been a stranger, coincidentally wearing red. Grobbelaar's 3 aberrations in goal have surprisingly all gone unpunished, but the mantle of authority in Division 1 seems to be passing to new hands.
Goodison Park now, Everton against Coventry, Ralph Deller.
Well, after a slow start, when Coventry might well have taken the lead, Ginn moved on to a through ball, only to see his crisp shot cannon off a post. Everton took command and gradually grew in stature and confidence. Just before half-time, Beardsley put them in front. Newell slipped the ball into Beardsley's path, and though Ogrizovic got a hand to it, the shot crept in by the post. Beardsley and Everton's second after the interval was a cracker. Across from the right half cleared, and there was Beardsley lurking some 20 yards out with a first-time left-foot drive that simply flew in. A disputed penalty gave Beardsley his hat-trick, Everton moving towards a comprehensive victory.
Just to tell you, it's Manchester United 5, Luton Town 0 now. Mark Hughes has just scored as we go now to Hillsborough, Sheffield Wednesday against Southampton, Jerry Sinstadt.
An hour and a lot of messy football separated Wednesday's 2 goals here by Paul Williams and Nigel Worthington, both from fine crosses by the American John Harkes. Wednesday should have done better against a Southampton side of dubious quality and fragile morale. Hurlock, the ball winner, was absent. Letitia, the ball user, was on the bench until the last quarter hour. But an early goal seemed to damp Wednesday's appetite, and we were left to remark on the curiosities. Worthington's goal, for example, was his 6th in 7.5 seasons for Wednesday. And there were 3 headers by Southampton's Alan Shearer, by Wednesday's Worthington and Paul Warhurst, which all hammered against the crossbar. What was remarkable was that if they'd gone in, they would all have been own goals.
The final scores are coming through. Let's get straight away to the vidiprinter here. And there we see Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Swindon 1. A little bit of a blow for Glenn Hoddle's team. They were 3rd this morning. Bolton 1, Wigan 1. That's just a goal flash there. Full-time, St Mirren 1, Rangers 2 in the Scottish Premier. Peter Hoostra and Scott Nisbet, the goals for Rangers. Brian Martin for St Mirren. Scottish 2, Stenhousemuir 4, Alloa 0. Division 4, Gillingham 3, Barnet 3. That's another good result for Barnet there. They're going so well since they've come up. Chester 1, West Bromwich Albion 2 in Division 3. Bobby Gould will be pleased about that. West Brom in the 3rd Division for the first time in their history. Celtic 3, Airdrie 1. They've come back well, Celtic there, because Airdrie scored first through Tom Black. I know Joe Miller and Mike Galloway got goals for Celtic, and they won in midweek, of course, against Ekeren in the UEFA Cup. Peterborough 1, Exeter 1 in Division 3. Scottish 1, Ayr 7, and that's just to tell you that it's true, 7. Meadowbank 0. Hartlepool 1, Birmingham 0 in Division 3. That's Paul Baker's goal after, well, just 2 minutes there. Birmingham, the unbeaten leaders of the 3rd Division. They're not anymore. Terry Cooper's team, they've lost there. Scottish 1, Partick 1, Montrose 0, and Aberdeen 1, Hibernian 1 in the Premier Division. Brian Grant for Aberdeen. He scored first. Mickey Weir equalised for Hibernian. Aberdeen 4th. York City 2, Wrexham 2 in Division 4. And in the Scottish 1st Division, Dundee 2, Kilmarnock 1. Dundee are the leaders there in Division 2 in Scotland. 4 score draws so far, as I hear that Manchester United, the leaders unbeaten in the 1st Division, are 5-0 winners against Luton Town. Quite a story that about Luton. They've never, ever, ever taken a point at Old Trafford, beaten every time they've played there. I think it's 15 occasions. Hamilton 0, Clydebank 0 in the Scottish 1. Preston 2, Stoke 2 in Division 3. Just tell you that Paul Ince, Steve Bruce, Brian McClare, 2 goals, and Mark Hughes were the goal scorers for Manchester United. Brian Robson was back in the side there. 5 score draws so far. Division 3, Hull 4, Torquay 1, and in the 1st Division, West Ham 1, Manchester City 2, Leeds 1, Liverpool 0, I'm hearing. Leeds stay in the 2nd place in the 1st Division. A real blow there for Graham Souness, who I gather was told off a little bit for coaching from the touchline.